I left the United States to live abroad 5 years ago. Wow, so much time has passed. I almost forget. And since I left, I have not looked back. I grew up in Miami in what we call the hood. Gunshots at night, break ins, violence in the neighborhood, addiction everywhere. And ever since I was really young, I knew I had to get out. So I worked really, really hard to try to get out of that environment. I went to college, I got a career, I worked in the fashion industry, and I started to make money. And then I became a full blown Miami party girl. My life was purely social, material, and stimulating. And then 2020 happened. This is officially my last day at work. Oh, the sign isn't there. I resigned. The pandemic, the global pandemic. When the distraction slowed down, I saw something that I could not unsee. I saw how unhappy I actually was. And even though I had everything I thought I needed to be happy, I saw a little glimpse of peace and I saw how far I was from it. I didn't know much about healing and spirituality. That was not a part of my upbringing, that was not a part of my lifestyle, but I just knew I could not keep living like that. I packed my bags and started traveling. Almost 40 countries, new languages, new people, volunteering, beauty everywhere. And very quickly, after so many experiences around the world, I realized I still felt empty, no purpose, still anxious, still super reactive, in survival mode. My anger followed me, my bad habits followed me, my nervous system that was stuck in survival mode followed me. Travel started to become a beautiful distraction from all of the discomfort that I was actually still feeling inside. And I love travel. I still do. It's really one of the things that just inspires me so much. But travel will not fix what internally needs care. Nothing external will. So I kept traveling, but I stopped running and I started practicing yoga, meditation, mind training, compassion practices over the years. I started with environment. I stopped traveling to do it for the gram and going to Instagrammable spots. And I started to go to places that allowed me to really connect with myself instead of distract me from myself. And then I started with healing my body, physical changes, diet. I went from eating McDonald's almost every single day, being addicted to Coca Cola, to really changing my eating habits. I used to have hemorrhoids, I used to have bacterial vaginosis, all of these things. My body was suffering so much for years. I couldn't heal. I didn't know how to heal. I went to doctors and just so many people trying to find out what was wrong with me. And then I started changing my diet. I went to things towards things like Ayurveda, daily movement, practicing abstinence. I started to stick with a consistent practice. Started with committing to just 30 days, moving my body, removing energy blocks, figuring out my Ayurvedic dosha and learning what foods, practices, and habits were for me and what wasn't. I stopped eating from a space of cravings and sugar addiction, and I started eating for my body. And then I started to practice healing my mind and heart. So, environment, body, mind, and heart. This is the only transformation that actually changes your life. Practice. internal changes. I need less to be happy. I can actually be alone with nothing and still feel fulfilled. I stopped seeking stimulation. I no longer depend on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, social media for company. I am less scared of things around me. I need less and less stuff. All of my things can fit into one backpack. I stopped needing weave and to wear lace front wigs and to do braids and all the things. I started to just genuinely become more comfortable with less stuff. When I first came to Bali, if I saw a frog in my villa, I would literally book a hotel and leave.
We've only been walking for a bit, maybe 30 minutes so far. It's really hot, as you can see, but I've chose to keep on my raincoat because there are a lot of bugs and ants.
Now I can be okay to see a snake, a frog, a spider, a lizard, an ant, a cockroach without losing my mind. And that might sound small, but it means that my nervous system has changed. I feel safer in the world. I feel less contracted. And I don't need as much validation or distraction. Not because I forced myself to be spiritual, but because daily practice started to reshape me. I have lived in paradise and still suffered deeply, still felt alone, still felt disconnected, still felt like this isn't it, this isn't enough. Because a suffering mind will suffer anywhere, and a trained mind can find peace almost anywhere. That's the difference. Not the country, the practice. So this channel is no longer about traveling for experience or seeking or thrill chasing. This channel is about practice over escape. If you're tired of running, if you know something in your life just isn't working, like you have the stuff, you have all the things that are supposed to make you happy, are supposed to make you feel good, or even if you don't and you just feel that sense of discomfort in your life, if you're ready to stop distracting yourself and actually train your mind and nervous system towards happiness and peace, let's start simple. Choose one practice this week: journaling, a self help book that you've been putting off reading, daily movement. It could be a daily walk or wanting to do 10 minutes of stretching. Maybe start a yoga practice, start a Pilates class, inviting more intentional moments into your day. It can be starting your meditation journey or a habit that you have that you keep telling yourself, I need to quit this. 7 days, stay with it, and I'll see you in the next video.